When I wake up in the morning, I got sunshine on my mind. My body gets to moving, and I've got a little time. 20 extra minutes, but 5 is all I need.
Welcome to a special edition of the Morning Wood Show. We have some great guests on our panel today because we're discussing the topic of love and relationships. So, we have some very vocal individuals with us today. We have Rashawn Fardier, who hosts the Morning Report. You can catch it literally almost every weekday, I guess.
Yeah, every morning.
Every morning. It was a late day one day.
Yeah, I do afternoon, midday. It doesn't. Whenever I can do it. We do evening woods. It's hard, but I'll make it happen.
And he gives us news, entertainment, music, all the good stuff that you need to know that's going on in the world of entertainment.
And chair dancing. Yes, I do chair dancing.
A lot of music news too.
A lot of music.
And then we also have Malcolm Harris, who hosts Conversations with Malcolm. Malcolm gives us a lot of good insight on relationships, really kind of how to be a better person. It's almost like a mini Oprah life class.
Right, exactly.
What you say? Okay.
Go with that.
And then of course we have
the lovely Mrs. Maurice Bouvier. Welcome to the show. We are so excited to do this. We had the idea to do this a long time ago, so we're finally able to get everyone here. We really hope that we can share some information between us that will just help someone live better, to love better, because at the end of the day, we all want to be in love, and we all want to be happy. So, B.Scott is going to moderate, and we're going to talk, and we're going to share, we're going to cry. We're going to cry. Okay.
Ain't nobody crying.
Not today. Today's a great day, but we'll try. We'll see. We'll see.
All right, so we're going to start this with just a general question about love. Has anybody in the panel ever been in a long-term relationship?
What's long-term?
Thank you.
I mean, you can classify that however you like.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the longest?
Oh, mine is short. I've only been like, all of my relationships like cut off at 2 years. I don't know if it's
That's
like,
a long time.
I don't know if it's a curse or what, but yeah, I'm on a 2-year kind of, right at this point. Fingers crossed, people. So, I don't want to trump everybody by throwing out my 4.5 years. I'm going to take a step on that.
Really?
So, I mean, for me, long term is, 2 years is a long time, but I put in work for 4 years.
Yeah.
So 4.5 years. I can't forget the half. The half is important. The half is very important. Because half of the time.
Okay, Malcolm, what about you?
3.5 years. Yeah.
That's actually the same number as I have.
Yeah. So I'm really bad. I need to work on this. Okay.
I mean, it just depends on the relationship. It depends on the two people involved.
That's true. So with that 3.5 years and that 4.5 years for myself, did you get that 3-year itch? You got to that 3-year point, and you're like, is there
well, that's why we broke up at 3.5.
That 3-year itch. Right.
I mean, I think that we had the itch probably after a year when the honeymoon phase went off, and it's like, this is really who you are, and you decide, do I want to be with the person that I now know you as, rather than the representative that I've been dating for the first year. Right. And he wasn't a bad person, but you know, the itch came early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get the itch out of your 3 years? Did you get the itch?
You know what it is? At a certain point, you just have to determine, can I live with these qualities for the rest of my life? And I think there's a kind of make it or break it point where you just are thinking to yourself, you know, I really can't do this.
Right.
Or this is not somebody I can see raising kids with.
Right.
You know, because at a certain point, you get past the just, you know, the sexual aspects and just the, you know, how you look and feel and all that stuff. It becomes almost like a business.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It becomes a business.
Not a business.
And that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's true. Right. Relationships, they get to a point where you have to make sure that your business has a foundation. You have to make sure that the books are accurate and bookkeeping. Okay. You have to know what the partnership of the business is. Is it a partnership or is it a corporation?
So then, I have a question then. Do we look for those things early on when we first meet these potential people? Or is that how we're looking at our dates now?
Yes. Yes.
I'm the same thing.
I'm doing a straight up little mini interview in my head. I don't really ask them a lot of questions. I just let them show me who they are. So if you have certain things in line, so I'm looking at
Okay, do you have a career instead of a job?
Okay.
That's huge for me.
Okay.
Okay. Are you self-sufficient? Because I need for you to be able to handle everything and whoever your own personal expenses prior to me coming into the picture.
Exactly. Okay.
Because I don't need to be anyone's sponsor. Been there, done that a few times.
Okay.
Not doing that again. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind, showering, pampering, whoever I'm with.
Exactly.
But there has to be. I am very much eye for an eye, tooth for eye. That's who I am. I believe in reciprocity. So if I can do it for you, you should be able to do it for me.
Right.
See, I view it kind of same way, but a little bit backwards. Like I went backwards. So I look for deal breakers. So these are my deal breakers, and everything else is negotiable, right? The deal breakers is a pretty big list. Don't get me wrong, so that doesn't narrow it down. But my thought is that I don't know the greatness that can be in you. How can I put it? If I have too finite of a list of qualities I'm looking for, then I may miss out on some of the great qualities that are in you that I didn't even know to look for. So at the very least, if I know what I don't want, then I can, dance around with some of the other things to see if they work for me.
Right.
So it's sort of a balance.
That makes sense.
Well, for me, I forgot the question.
Short memory. Basically, what I'm asking is, are we looking for these types of qualities when we first meet our dates, or are we just kind of randomly dating?
At this point in my life, I've always been transparent and been honest when I have conversations with people. I don't. When I first meet somebody, I don't know what I be doing sometimes.
And that's fine.
I don't know. Sometimes some of the people that I entertain or I let in my space, sometimes, I don't know what goes through my head. Like, why did you even open yourself up to that person? Because I was the type of person, I feel like this, even with my most recent relationship, I feel as though love can change people. Not necessarily I am going to change them, but I feel as though the way that I love you would want you to change to be with me so that we could be together.
I've had experiences with that.
Oh, yes, I can attest to that.
I've had some bad experiences. I think that love can inspire you to be more of who you already are.
True.
So if you're a great person, then love will inspire you to be an even greater person.
True.
If you are an asshole, then love will inspire you to be even more of that. Because you found someone you're comfortable with who now allows you to be more of
Or tolerates.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
That is very
Tolerate.
enlightening.
That was a good word. Let me take a sip on that.
We're gonna actually go ahead and cut the video right here because we don't need to say anything else.
That was
But that was really good. I hadn't even thought of that. I guess for me, I'm thinking to myself, okay, do we have the same morals and values? Because I'm at the point where I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, can I see you helping me raise my kids? Can I see you helping me get to the point where I want to be in life? Can I see myself helping you get there? Can we work together? Because that's how I look at it. It's
the business part.
And there's also the aspect of sexual chemistry. You guys you work together.
You have to.
I'm looking for that.
Right.
So those types of things I'm looking for up front, and if not, then it's like I'm not even going to entertain you.
Right. At this point in all of our lives, I think we don't have the luxury of just taking our time as far as we just really don't. You get to a certain point and you're like, you say, okay, here it is. This is black and white.
Exactly.
And this, if you're not meeting the minimum requirements, there's no need for us to sit here. We can be friends, but as far as you thinking we're going to create something bigger, no.
And I want to clear up the fact that when I meet people, I don't know what I'm looking for.
Right.
It's just that I have exhausted so many requirements and guidelines and things in my head that I've tried over the years.
Right.
So I'm just kind of at the point I'm just like, okay, look, let's see what happens.
Okay.
And I know it shouldn't be that way. But with
That's
some
not
people,
necessarily true. Because everybody's at a different point.
but I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I try to, do certain things. Okay, we're gonna wait this long to have sex. We're gonna have sex on the first night. I've exhausted all of that. I'm just ready for the real men to just stand up and to say, this is what I want, and this is what I'm willing to invest in, so that we can just get on with it. I don't want to play those dating games.
Well, okay, so that leads me to a really good question. So, how do we incorporate love into our lives? Okay, and the reason I ask that is because we live in the nation's capital. And there are a lot of other, men and women, whoever, that watch the show, they live in major metropolitan areas.
Right.
How do we incorporate, love and dating into our busy lives? Because we're all
busy.
Really, I mean, if you think about your life on a day-to-day basis, happy hours, work, vacations, friends, party. Living here, for me personally, coming from Richmond, there is a party, a gathering, something every weekend. Right. And even during the week. So how do we find time to fit that in, or are we finding that time?
I think it's two things. I think first and foremost, you have to, if you want a relationship, then I think you make your life open to a relationship in whatever way possible. But beyond that, I think it helps to find someone who is, I use the term equally yoked, someone who has an appreciation for your lifestyle or shares the same lifestyle, so that, let's say you are you like to go and do things in the community, they like to do those same things, you can do those things together, or you like to go party, well, find a party buddy who likes to do those things with you. You try to find someone who has an appreciation for your lifestyle, so there's not a matter of you necessarily changing your lifestyle so much as it's just they are an added layer to your lifestyle and vice versa. That's my opinion.
I like that. I like that.
I think we all have, at the core of who we are is love. And at the point where we want to say, okay, at some point you're going to have to make it a priority. So that means sometimes you can't go to the happy hour.
Okay. Right.
Because you need to make sure you're taking care of home.
Right.
And when you start placing other things outside of your number one, and it's very easy when people start making individuals an option instead of a priority. When you start doing that role, everything starts to change, and that's when problems starts coming in, and then you never know what can happen at that point. So it's really up to you as an individual saying, okay, if I want to be in a relationship and I love the idea, the concept of love, what am I going to sacrifice? What am I going to put forth the effort? Because there's always going to be a party in the There's always going to be there's always going to be something to do, but that doesn't mean you can do it all.
Exactly.
But you have to figure out where you want to place your priorities. There has to be a balance.
Right.
And I think for me, I can just speak personally. In my last relationship, I don't think I did enough of that. I don't think either one of us did enough. Balancing and making sure that the relationship was the top priority. But I can say now I'm at a point where I'm trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I can feel that answer. I can feel that.
I do think. I'm sorry.
No, it's so unfortunate is when you love somebody and you realize that you're an option. You realize
you're their option.
I'm an option.
Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow.
Anybody would feel like that.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
It's a hard pill to swallow, and I personally had to swallow that pill. I had to realize I was an option.
Right.
I was one of the things on the list that you had to decide and rank what you wanted to do.
Right.
And so, and like people say, oh, opposites attract, and that's fine, but that doesn't mean you need to be with that person just because it's opposite attract.
That's true.
I want to be with someone that is like-minded. I want to be with someone that shares the same things that I share and want to do some of the same things that I want to do. No, I do want to be somebody that I can grow with. You can bring something different into my life, but your life can't be the total polar opposite of mine. Because that's not going to work.
You know what I've seen? This is what I've seen in a couple of relationships where you got one person who has an appreciation for going out, being social. They're just a social person. Maybe it's not the happy hour. Maybe they just go to church events, whatever. They like being social. They get in a relationship, and their belief is that now that I'm in a relationship, I've got to slow that down, either because their partner said I'm uncomfortable with you going out so much, or because that's just their own expectation. They do it for however long, couple of years, and then they start to resent that decision because they feel like they've lost themselves. So I do think that there's something to be said for being honest with yourself about, no, I like to hang out, I like to go out, these are the things I can do with this part of my life, and I really have to find someone who's going to compliment that. I'm willing to sacrifice. But if you enjoy doing something, then you need to find someone who compliments that. You don't want to change who you are just for the sake of sacrifice.
No need for you to be suffering. You sitting at home on a Friday night pulling your hair like, oh my God, I want to be out so bad. Because then that's not going to work for you either.
Okay. So that brings us back to our question. We talked about options just a few minutes ago. And so what I wanted to know earlier, and I was thinking about this question, and I was like, okay, we have all these options. How do we sort of say, how do we filter through all of these social media outlets to find a date? Because now you can find a date that's literally 200, 150 feet away from you. Are we using this? How are we using it?
I think it's a matter of finding the social media option that works for you. If you are looking for something that requires you to know how far that person is away from you, then
that's a good way to look at it.
That's very intelligent.
You should use the app that will allow you to do that. If you're looking for something that's going to allow you to see more information about the person, like a full one-page profile, their likes, dislikes,
friends,
yes, all that, then there are apps that are available for that. So just find the one that works for you.
That, you seal that. I can't even say nothing. I mean, that's just concise to the point.
I do think that you need to know what you're looking for.
Right.
If you know what you're looking for, then you can use the app. If you don't know what you're looking for, maybe you can test that.
I don't think so. We gotta use the app. Just be real and approach people. Say hi.
They don't do that anymore. That's not the age we're in right now.
Here's the deal, though. Raise your hand, and this could be, you don't have to raise your hand. Raise your hand if you have had an app that will tell you the proximity to your next possible date.
I've had it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they were a possible date. It just means that they were in the ring. They were in the area. They were just in the area. And I like the app because I like to see who is in the room. I would like open it at like church, open it at places where you should open it just to see how many of y'all little freaks are close to me.
Oh wow.
It's really interesting when you open it in places that, especially if I open it at work and I see coworkers like across the aisle from me, and I'm like, oh.
I have done that and seen. I work in a field where I deal with clients, and I have done that on a client side. I just ended the last relationship that I was in, and I downloaded this app because I had just gotten an iPhone at that time, so I could use it. So I downloaded the app, and I remember I was bored out of my mind. I'm in a meeting, and I opened up, I look, and I see that the person sitting at the head of the table.
Yes. Oh wow!
The executive that I work with is sitting right there with his shirt off, looking at the camera like that. I'm just a heart attack. I just quickly closed that app up. I cannot deal.
Wow.
You see everything.
So I know there's a common theme. Like a lot of us, have said when I got out of a relationship, it seemed like I don't know. At least for me, that was the case. I got out of a relationship. I got on the app, and then I was like, man, okay, maybe this isn't for me.
Right.
Is that the common theme?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because you really think that you're just having fun and you're just wasting time. But on the inside, you're really hurting. And you're really looking for something temporary to ease that pain. You're looking for a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
And that's why most of us do it. That's why we change our statuses on Facebook, single, and then you get all the comments after
we just talked about that. I personally, this is just me, I didn't do that. I found it tacky. So I just left the relationship even when I was single.
I found it accurate.
Ding.
I never put it up there when we were up there.
Didn't find the need.
Right. Yeah. I was in a relationship and I hounded him to change his relationship status. I felt like we should both have in relationship on our page and blah. And it was, looking back, it was so silly because it didn't change anything.
Didn't change the thing.
Okay, so that's real good. That's real good. How do you think that? Because we live in an age where everything is social media.
Right.
How do you think Facebook and Twitter impact how we date and how we stay in relationships? Or do you think that it does?
It does.
Absolutely it does.
Has a great impact. I mean, you at least in my case, I met my ex via Facebook, sort of kind of. Met him like out in public. But then couldn't find him. So I went, Facebook, it reliable. Bam!
Right.
Instant connection.
It's like a resume.
It's a resume. So I could get a little more information. I mean, and I think all of us now realize that it is just truly where we are in 2012. This is just our reality. It's sad, but it's our reality.
Okay, so you just brought out something really good, really. I want to know this. How many of you, when you meet somebody and you're talking to them, do you go through their page?
Yes.
Do you? Because I mean, I think that, to be honest with you, I think it's a good way to see how you interact with other people.
Yes. I do it. I want to see what you're talking about. I want to see
pictures,
your posts. What are you really talking about?
Yeah.
Because when you realize, you know, and I was watching, I think, CNN, and they were talking about Facebook and really what it is. You are really branding yourself. Mm-hmm. So what you put out on that Facebook, everybody's going to see it. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you have a private page. I don't care if you make it public. Whatever you present, you're presenting this persona. Mm-hmm. So if anything, I want to see exactly who you are and if you are anywhere near, because we get these situations where you see a page and all that, and then you meet them in person, like, well, damn, you ain't the same, really?
See, go ahead. I don't go to people's page because I think about it, and that may sound weird to say, right? Okay. But I don't, and it's not like, I just had never think to do it. A, because on my page, I don't list my job, I don't list so many things, I really don't have a ton of photos. I tend to just, I like this inspirational quote, let me put this up, you know. And so it's just showing such a slice of me, and I think that other people are saying,
but that shows something about you.
That tells me something that, for me personally, even with your page, that tells me something that I knew I liked about you.
Exactly. Like that was a gravitational pull right in.
And to me, I'm really honest with you. So, most recently, dating someone, I made it a point not to check the Facebook.
Really?
I did. I don't know why. I just didn't.
Did you ever check?
Later.
Very late.
I tried. Were you surprised? For a couple days. But I have to know what's going on your Facebook. I have to see your pictures because pictures are worth 1,000 words.
They really.
I need to see your friends because dating you, I'm gonna have to see your ugly friends often. I don't want to hang out with your ugly friends.
I really like to see who, especially because, like I said, pictures are so profound.
Yes, you know what you spend your time doing.
Right, and I like to see who. Do you have pictures of your family? Do you have what kind of pictures are you posting? Because I can read a lot and get a lot of information just by a picture.
Is it?
And I think I can get a lot by your statuses.
Yeah.
Like if you posting ratchet status updates,
right?
Like I don't want. That's not the type.
You
of
always
person I
want
want.
to be psychological.
I don't like emo stuff. Like you're emotional. Like I don't want to see that. Because if I see it, I'm like, you are the type of person that will let everybody know your business.
Right.
And will let them know when y'all are having a problem.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
I know people like that where they will post things when they're in a relationship, and whenever anything goes wrong, they post these evasive messages where you know it's they're sort of talking to the person.
Exactly
yeah, and it's just like, why do that? And I would never date someone like that. So I do agree. If I saw that, I would probably stay away from it. I would.
Wow.
Enlightenment. So I have a question. I had several questions about this, but would you date somebody without a social media account?
Yes.
Yes. That is wonderful.
That's great.
I think that's.
Do they exist?
They do. It's strange. But on the flip side, I have to make sure that person is okay with me having one.
You would close yours down?
No. If I had one and person are they okay with me having one?
Yeah.
Because then it's a flip side. There's a flip side of that coin.
I don't know, because I feel like with my Facebook page, it's a show. And I think if you don't have access to Facebook, you're missing a show.
But the person that you're dating need to see your show, and they need to see you.
They need to see I am me in my show.
That's true.
So you're gonna miss a lot. I have family members that are not on Facebook, and it's so tiring when I go home and we hang out, and I have to catch them up on everything that everybody else in the world already knows, because you haven't hooked up into the new program.
Right.
I don't like that.
So do you feel like if the person doesn't have Facebook, then they won't really know you?
Oh, you're missing a lot.
I went on a date with someone probably about a couple months ago, and we're sitting at the table, and I'm like saying, "Oh, well, tell me about this, tell me about that." Because keep in mind, I did not go through this Facebook page. I didn't. We didn't meet on Facebook, so I never went and looked him up on there. And so while we're sitting on the date, I'm asking, tell me this, tell me that. He got frustrated at one point and said, "I mean, all this is on my Facebook." And that was turned off, number one. Definitely turned off. And right there, so I'm just like, you really expect me to go read about you before I sit down with you. What are we going to talk about if I do that?
Right.
So I do think we can't have too much of a dependence.
Right. I still want you to have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We can talk about stuff that I posted on Facebook.
Yeah.
I like you to have the basics down.
Right.
Where I'm from, you know, this is the basics.
Right.
That will tick me off. Where you from? Really?
Really.
What are like niggas never looked?
Now, if you didn't look, I wouldn't even, you know, okay, that's fine. And then I'll give you my whole life story if you want to listen to it.
Right.
But most times that'd be too much. But.
If I really, really like you, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna look.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
That's all interesting.
I just won't. I just want you to tell me. I want to know you authentically for who you are, and then later I will. You know, we can add each other if we're not already friends.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's
That's just my thought.
I'm nosy. But moving right around.
All right. So, okay. What do you think is the appropriate usage for Facebook when you were dating someone?
Whatever you guys agree to. Every relationship has their own covenants and agreements, and whatever y'all agree to. If I agree that you can go on Facebook and talk, you can sext, or what do you call it when people talk?
Sexting.
Yeah, exactly. You can flirt through Facebook, but keep it there, and that's fine. If that's not our agreement, you can't do that. I think it's really about whatever you're
right.
agreeing to.
I think one of my biggest thing with social media is I do not want to be on a date, and I see we're here in this beautiful restaurant, and the only thing you're doing is on this phone.
Ooh, not even social media.
It's not even social media. Now you got more interest in that phone.
Right. Date that phone.
Date the phone. And I have literally almost lost all my composure.
I will ask you to put it away.
I have even asked, and the person got real upset, and I was just like, you know what? I got an option, not a priority. Because if this phone is more important than I am sitting across from you, that's good.
Some people really have no etiquette.
No etiquette. And I'm just sitting here like, really? I mean, we can't even have a conversation because you're so focused on really? You're more concerned with that notification popping up than getting into
what I'm trying to leave you right here in front of you live.
That's more important.
Yeah.
So it speaks volumes.
I think it is. I think it does. So what about like the person who, and someone asked me this question, so I'm putting it to the group. What about the person who has a Facebook account? They're always on Facebook, but there's never a status update.
What does that mean?
How's that?
That's fine. Some people just on there just to look around. Everybody.
That's fine.
They don't have to write a stat.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not.
My thing is this: when I answer the question, I was kind of like, listen, that tells me that there's something that's going on in front of the curtain, and there's something that's going on behind the curtain. I don't know whether or not that's how you use Facebook as your personal email. I don't know if that's how you. I don't know what you're doing behind the scenes, but I know that in front of the scenes, I can't see anything. You're always on Facebook.
But you said you're not looking, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I told you this question wasn't for me.
Okay.
The only thing this is the only thing I can
It
say.
doesn't matter, but it could mean that you're one of these private groups.
That's all.
Status messages are going to these private groups.
Listen,
There you go.
that's a whole nother.
We need to get away from Facebook. We need to get away
But
from
let me
Facebook.
ask this. What if it's like, for instance, before we started filming, we were talking about pokes, and I was saying, oh, I don't ever get pokes. No one ever pokes me. I don't know what's wrong. And it's because I use an app on my phone, and I did not know. You actually showed me where you said, no, you find it right there, and I opened it up, and it's like, scroll of posts that I
Worn out with hope.
I did not know that. So what if the person just honestly doesn't know the full capabilities of Facebook? You know, like that was something people say you didn't know about posts. Obviously, I didn't.
Right.
So what if someone just doesn't understand the whole status update?
And you know what? And I will say, you know what? You get a free pass because I'm on Twitter. Yo, I really don't. I have one. I rarely go on it. I don't know how to follow and retweet. I don't do all that.
Okay.
And I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Right.
But so I will give the person a total free pass. It's all right. It wouldn't blow the deal.
Okay.
Not at all.
Well, What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a short break. That means you have to wait until we post the next video, which is part 2 of our discussion on love and relationship with Rashawn Faria, who loves how I pronounce his last name.
Yes.
And Malcolm Harris and Mr. DeMar Maurice Bouvier. I'm Richie Scott. Stay tuned.
Hardcore, 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 hardcore,
Been acting right, don't do nothing right. Cheated, yeah, he cheated, now he wants you back, right? You kept your back tight, but held him down right. So now it's time to switch. Just give me a minute, so I can get in it. I'm playing to win it. I'm good, so I get it. I'll take what you're giving. I know what it isn't. Let me be a villain. I'm hard, so I'll kill it.
I'm saying forever. If we've got that long, then we'll stay together. See, I want more time, want more than an hour. Don't go on and on, 'cause I've got the power.
Cause he thinks he can. Stop wasting time, man. Come check this real man. Let me come and take you off his hand. Just give me a minute, so I can get in it. I'm playing to win it. I'm good, so I get it. I'll take what you're giving. I know what it isn't. Let me be a villain. I'm hard, so I'll kill it.
I'm saying forever. If you got that long, then we'll stay together. See, I want the time, want more than an hour. Don't go on and on, 'cause I've got the power.
See, I'm not just talking a minute, I'm saying forever. And if you got that long, then we'll stay together. We can go all night, baby. It's hardcore.
I'm not talking a minute, I'm saying forever. If you've got that long, then we'll stay together. See, I want the time, want more than an hour. Don't go on and on, 'cause I've got the power.
Thanks for watching The Morning Wood Show. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
What's up now? Got wood, got wood, got wood, got wood, got wood, got wood. Wake up in the morning and I'm feeling like a Mac. I can hit a home run cause it's like a ball bat. Hard as a rock, but my body still sleep. Rub it out till it's done. When I'm done, I'm all geek. Feel it fresh, feel it under my thumb. Feel
it in the morning, feel it when I come out of the bed, rolling with the sunshine. Liquid that is, can't wait till next time. Monday morning, start with a bang. Explosions in my hand that I let it all hang. Loose, let it drop, then I grab my clothes. I'm jumping off the bed, feeling fresh, let's go. Get in, let it swim, throw the towel in. Feeling good about the wood, good wood is not a sin.